Welcome to Salento with Love. I'm Davide Mengoli. I'm in the Caribbean. I've decided to leave Salento and to move over here. And I must admit, it's been a fantastic change here in the Caribbean. Very often I talk about the colors here in Salento and how close the crystal clear waters and the white sand makes the coastline of Salento looking like the Caribbean. But I'm not here to talk to you about that. I have chosen this location because I'm here and I thought, well, 27th of February, the season is about to start, people are getting ready, and I just wanted to share with you how important is the role of a property finder and also a consultant in the process of purchasing real estate. Now, as a background today, we don't need any music. We have the sea. How important it is? Well, when we first started about a year ago, I thought our service was going to be very valuable. But as we're moving through, I've realized that our service is extremely valuable, not just from the standpoint of the service, but the experience that we have on the ground. And also, having lived in England for majority of my life, but originally from over here, it makes an incredible difference because to think like an outsider helps you through the process of consultancy, but also helps you through the process of planning and strategizing. So with that in mind, let's talk about for a few minutes about the importance of a property finder. I've moved in the shade. So you may ask yourself, but why do I need a property finder? It's going to cost me extra. Surely all the different portals, immobiliare.it, idealista.it, casa.it, subito.it could be the portals that I can use anywhere in Italy to find the right property for myself. You are almost right. You know, it's like a blind man. A blind man knows that there are some crossroads over there and potentially a traffic light. Well, modern traffic lights, they do bleep. But still, a blind man cannot see a car coming and somebody that potentially on their mobile phone, they haven't noticed that somebody's crossing the road. So there is always an element of risk. So I would like to think of a property finder on the ground anywhere in Italy. It's a vehicle to allow you to make the perfect choice. What is the perfect choice? It is the one that matches your expectations with the property. You see, a realtor can't do that. Cannot do that. Because a realtor has a bunch of products. People go to them and they would just have to sell that product. It's like you going to the supermarket and asking for something that they don't have. What are they going to try to do? They're going to try to sell you something similar because they don't have that product. Well, a realtor is very similar. If you find a realtor that has the perfect product for you, then great, we'll match the two things together. So what is the role of a property finder in Italy or in the world when you're looking for a property and you don't live in that particular region? I would say the role of a property finder goes well beyond the search process of the right property for you. The role of a property finder is to listen to you, is to understand exactly what are your expectations. What is it that you're trying to achieve? What is your short-term, mid-term, and long-term strategy? That it's a property finder. He's not interested in how many bedrooms, how big the surface of the property needs to be. Yes, that's a small, tiny detail. The budget, another small, tiny detail. A real, true property finder, it's interested in your aspiration. What is your style of living? What is it that you're trying to achieve? How do you imagine your life to be in that particular location? Because you see, you may have lived and so you think that it's where I would like to be. That is where I would like to relocate. That is where I would like to invest. What do you know about that area? Very little. So for that reason, the property finder, a proper property finder, when you come across one, you need to make sure that he's asking you the right questions. And those questions are, what do you want the property to do for you? You see, when I stopped working at the age of 44 and I decided to take it easy, well, now I'm enjoying it, but I'm working really hard. But I'm doing it with passion because this is what I love doing. But I realized that one of the reasons or one of the things that stopped me or allowed me to get to where I was is because I always always understood what a property needs to do for me. You see, it doesn't work the other way around. It doesn't work that you work for the property needs to work for you. Now, we know that every product or every property or every purpose may be different. So even in the case that somebody says, yes, but I don't want to generate revenue from my property, well, that property is still working for you, because that property, a little bit like having a yacht or having a boat, and you go and you use it perhaps even only 3 times a year, is doing something for you. The property finder listens to you a little bit like a consultant, needs to understand, why are you making this purchase? What is it that you would like to achieve for you and your family? What is your short-term project or plan? What is your long-term? Do you have an exit plan? These are all questions that a property finder needs to give you. Very often people say, I've been researching on some of the portals that I mentioned earlier, Immobiliare, Idealista, Subito, Casa, and they start sending me links. Very good, fantastic. You're probably doing some of the work already in that process of research, which is brilliant. It's absolutely great. But what do you know about the area? Wouldn't it be better to potentially have an initial conversation with your property finder anywhere in Italy where you are planning to buy your property, and then start your search, guided by the help that you've been given by the property finder? Because you're going to start looking at things that potentially you like, but they're not in match with your expectations. So then it creates that disillusion. You may have found a beautiful property with a sea view and it's perfect, but then the property finder, when he gets into the mechanics of that property, may tell you that the area is not right, the surrounding is not right, may tell you that it needs a huge amount of maintenance and whatever else. So wouldn't it be better to do a little bit of groundwork before and get the expert on the ground to do the work for you? This is something that I'm going to tell you now. When it comes to property finders, if you've got $1 million to invest anywhere in the world, you may find a good property finder. If you have 5 million to invest, you're going to have an excellent property finder, and you know what, he's going to pick you up at the airport when you arrive, and he's going to take you to the best restaurant, and he will organize some amazing tours for you. Yes, because the margins are incredibly high in the commissions that that property finder is going to make. But when we are talking about people maybe watching this video on YouTube and wanting to purchase a property in Italy for 50, 60, 70, 100,000 euros or more, finding a property finder can be a challenge. And for that reason, I started to make these videos, because I would like to help people through the process regardless of where they're buying in Italy. Because having somebody that can guide you, a list through some of the dynamics and the mechanics of buying real estate in Italy, if you don't have an incredible budget, it's already a start. Thank you very much for the support that you've been showing to my Q&As and to my YouTube channel. And please don't hesitate to reach out to me if you have any particular questions and you are purchasing or you're thinking of purchasing a property anywhere in Italy. We've been helping people purchasing property as little as in the 20,000s, that obviously need quite a lot of work, into just over $1 million at the moment. I would say, I'll be very honest, both of you probably watching these videos know exactly who I'm talking about, but it's fantastic. And you see, for me, the idea of allowing anybody reaching out to their goals and achieving it, it's one of the main reasons why I've gone back to work hard. So I really enjoy it. There is a challenge. And the challenge is that people that want to buy a small property require exactly potentially the same amount of effort that people that want to buy a big property. So for that reason, you can understand why finding a property finder of the nature of what we are doing here in Salento can be hard. But don't discourage yourself. Please keep searching. But what is very important, please make sure that you use professional people, that they are registered, they have a company, they are solid, they can offer you not just ideas and suggestions, but they are backed up by knowledge and by experience, because the last thing you want if you're purchasing your property in Tuscany or in Umbria is to then have a huge amount of situations to deal afterwards. So from that point of view, I work really hard to eliminate all of those things that could be dealt with afterwards. I always feel that the job of a property finder is to avoid the situation that you need to handle afterwards. If you handle them before and the choice of products is out there, or properties, then you can identify the property that give you the least of the situations to handle afterwards. That's a good property finder. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I could go on forever, you know me. I just love sharing with you the passion for real estate. It's something that if you do it for the right motives and you have a good eye, you have a budget, you can really achieve so much. He has done a lot for me, and I'll love to share that knowledge with you and to do a lot with you. So wherever you're buying in Italy, I'll be very happy to give you some guidance. But if you're buying in Salento, I will do a little bit more than giving you guidance. I'll be holding your hand all the way through. And remember, we don't just do property finding. What we do, it's what happens after to your property. We take care of your property. I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay safe wherever you are in these difficult times, and hopefully we can welcome you here in Italy in the sunshine where we saw that beautiful crystal water. Thank you very much for following our YouTube channel. Please subscribe, leave a comment, put a tick, do whatever you like, but whatever you do, stay safe.